What's up, everybody? Welcome to Travel the Clouds with the McClouds. Let's go. All right, so today we're going to the Grand Case Beach Hotel in St. Martin. We were on the French side. There's a Dutch side and a French side. We stayed on the the French side. It's really nice. I packed up my wife, got her on the plane, and off we went. We live in Florida, so it was no more than a 2.5 hour flight. Not too bad at all. So we jumped on the plane, headed out, and in no time we were landing in beautiful St. Martin, or St. Martin, tomato. We were greeted by our transportation, curated for us. It was really cool, actually. And we headed over to the hotel, and we really enjoyed the ride. You see the mountains. It's just really beautiful in that respect. And we, as you see here, we drove by one of the large marinas with the yachts and the super yachts, and this is the area where the super duper ultra rich go. So if you're on that side of things, this is where you may want to be if you're interested in that. But for the lowly folk like us, we were heading over to this beautiful 5-star resort here in St. Martin. And this is just a shot of part of the town that we drove through. It's very nice. In terms of property, let's talk property in terms of the actual hotel. So this is where you go to get checked in. Anything you need, this is a central hub. It's not a big property, it's a rather small property. But this is where you go to get checked in, and then they also have free coffee as you walk in, and you peer over there to the right. That's where you get your coffee. And then this is the area where you can relax if you just want to read a book, whatever the case is. You want to play some games, get some literature in. That's where you're at. But you also would head over this way if you want to leave the resort, which we're going to talk about exploring a little bit later. But if you want to leave the resort, because this is not an all-inclusive resort, by the way. So when you want to head out for food, this is where you will go. Thankfully, the restaurants are walking distance, not too far. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but you just press that little button right there, and the door will unlock, and you can head on out, and you scan your key to come back in. This is our room. We thought it was rather nice. Nothing super exceptional, but it wasn't bottom tier either. I'll let my wife do the honors.
This is the bathroom. The shower. And toilets. And we have a small kitchenette area. And that's my husband there. Complimentary wine. That's it. And then this is just a balcony out here. The beach is in the distance, but I would have to go outside for you to see it. Once I go outside, you'd be able to see the beach. So the room is small, but it's all we need.
All right, and when you leave the room, I want to show you this. When you leave the room, at least where we were, this is where you head over if you want to go to the restaurant that's on property. There's one restaurant on property. We didn't really go there to eat. It wasn't really we weren't interested in the food there, but wasn't our style. But yeah, you'd walk out here. There's just another shot of the main area where you would check in. But if you just continue to walk over here, this is where you'd head over to this restaurant. You can see the scaffolding here on the left. At the time that we were there, they were doing some construction, unfortunately, for us. So That's a shot of the construction. So it was a bit, noisy at that time as they were working throughout the day. So I'm just showing you that in terms of, so for those who are going there later, you should have some new facilities there when you go to this resort, the Grand Case Hotel. So you just walk through here, and this is where you go to the restaurant that's on property. We went here every morning to get our croissants, and we bought eggs, and so we did our own breakfast. Those folks weren't fighting; they're just playing around. Just by the way, don't worry about that. But yeah, this is the restaurant here, and you can grab a bite to eat if that's your style. Staff, from my experience, they weren't the nicest, at least to me, to be totally honest. But it is what it is. I'm gonna take on a quick walk over to where the spa is. So if you look here, right where these cars are, you just follow it right down here, and you will reach the spa. Real quick, I slowed it down. You can see that little red ramp across from those vehicles. You would turn right, and you would hit the beach, just for your understanding. So you'd walk down this kind of road here, and you'd make the right, and that's the beach. But yeah, we're gonna walk by that real quick before we get to the beach. I want to show you the spa and the gym. They have a small gym here. Look at that mountain in the distance. I mean, it was like postcard stuff at this resort in terms of that. That's a conference room. You won't have a need for that unless it's a work event. And then if you look here, you're going to see the entrance for the spa, and you're going to see in a moment right beside the spa, the gym is there, and you can see the gate as well. That's also another exit if your room is on this side of the resort. This guy was right on time, opened the door right for me. I definitely appreciated that for the purposes of this video. But yeah, so this is the spa. The gym is right here, and right beside it is a spa. Unfortunately, when I went there, that specific day, it wasn't open, but that is where you would go for your massage. I'm gonna show you the gym real quick for those who are gym enthusiasts. This is what you got. So basically in the gym, you have a small workout. You got a couple workout benches, a full set of weights. You got the kettlebells. You got the wipes to wipe everything down. Towels. They wash those towels daily. They have a resistance machine that you're going to see right there. A couple bikes and a couple treadmills as well. So it was cool. I was able to work out every day. Felt better because I was eating all this food, so I felt good to get some sweat on. So for those who like to work out, you definitely will have that option. I wanted to show this to you as well, not the beach particularly, but we'll dive into that later. But this is where you will go in terms of the property. They have a type of pier. So you'd walk right up here, and you'd hang the right where that fence is, and you can head up to this area here where you just really get some really nice views. I mean, you listen, if you love pictures, this is a place you're going to get some beautiful, beautiful pictures on this property. See my wife enjoying herself, just relaxing on the pier. So yeah, definitely just be ready to just enjoy. I mean, look at that. You can just grab a book, and the waves and the water, it's just serene. It's just relaxing. I mean, I just couldn't get over it, as you can clearly see. So we got some good shots from the different areas on this pier style of walkway. Now we want to talk now about the beach specifically. You already saw a piece of the beach just right there, as I just showed you. But let's look in more detail. So the beach it was beautiful. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. That the beach was just stunning, crystal clear water. It was a little chilly for that time of year, but I mean, look at this. The water was just crystal clear. You can even see fish in the water at times. There's a spot in the corner where you'll even see fish. I mean, look at that. You can't beat that, honestly. It was just amazing, just amazing. They also have a little spot here, which you'll see in a moment. You can just sit under the trees. My wife was there. You can just rest under the trees. There's no insects, nothing that'll bother you, and you can just get this serene, beautiful view of the mountains with the waves splashing right up at you. She was knocked out. I mean, it was just so unbelievably relaxing. And right there in front of her, you'll actually see fish, a school of fish, just kind of hanging out in the ocean. I want to show you this. So there's two beaches on this property. This side is where that restaurant was that I showed you. If you just walk down the stairs by that restaurant, you'll be at this beach. This beach was a little more rough, and so that's why we decided to stay on the other side, because the other side was a lot calmer. But I want you to know that there is a beach on the other side as well, and so you do have options. Here's another shot of this. I mean, listen, I'm ready to go back right now. It was just beautiful. We were so impressed. And I also want to give you a shot of kind of dusk, just for you to see. It was just beautiful, hanging out watching the sunset. It was just wonderful. Here's a quick other shot of the beach from this angle on a different day. I think you will greatly enjoy. If you're a beach person, you'll definitely like this. You'll love it. So let's talk now about dining. Dining was a pretty good experience, I'll say. So you basically have choices. Now let me start with this. They do have a small grocery store along the strip, because right as you leave the hotel, it's just like a back road. It's almost like a road. You just walk down this 2-lane road and they'll take you right to the restaurants. Among the restaurants is this store. You can get eggs, milk, bread, just the basic things if you need it for your room. So you don't even have to really drive anywhere if you don't want to. But this is a road that you'll walk down. So it's just one strip, and down the strip you have everything you need. Restaurants. If you're there with the boys and you want to play some pool, or the girls, you want to play pool, you do have it there, and just a bunch of places for you to choose from in terms of where you want to eat. This place definitely gave a good, healthy amount of options. Our favorite place, at least for your lower cost food, was right down here, because you had like 5, 6, maybe 6 to 10 options in terms of where you wanted to go. And so so this is a road that you would walk down. We felt like it was safe. We had no issues walking there, as me and my wife only, but we didn't feel like there was any pending danger or anything like that. So, and we were down there every night, so we definitely feel like it was pretty safe. Even though we did hear after we left there was a little situation. I think somebody got robbed and or shot or something like that on this road. But when we were there, we had no problem. And from what I've read, I haven't seen any issues since. They actually have security on the road. We passed a few security guards just posted up. So we felt like it was safe. And this place was buzzing. It was booming. There's a lot of activity. People eating. People having a good time. So it was cool. It felt different. It's like it was nice to be out and just amongst. You know what I'm saying? So it was really neat. I'm gonna give you some of the menus of the places that were there, just so you can get an idea of some of the options. This is just your lower cost food. If you're thinking I want cost effectiveness, this is where it is. This is where it's at. We actually we spent about, I think, $20, and the food look at that. I mean, we spent no more than $25 for both of us, and the food lasted us a good amount of time. And so if you're on a budget, you have options. If you go to this specific resort, them conch fritters were great, by the way. They were really good. But this here, Villa Royale, was our favorite place. If you want low cost food that's really good, this was it. The snapper fish was really good. This assortment of beef, etc. It was really good. We also got some ice cream, or it was ice cream. It almost tasted like that frozen yogurt, but it was good nonetheless. We definitely enjoyed it. Got our sweet tooth fulfilled. But if you want really high end food, this is a spot. This bistro was really good. It was my wife's birthday, so I took her there, and she got some escargot. This was our appetizers with some lobster bisque, and and it was good. I mean, I'll tell you, we definitely will go back to this restaurant. I gotta shout out this butter. I mean, I don't know who made the company. I've been trying to find this online, but that butter literally tasted like cheese. It was the best butter I've ever had. It was insanely good. And my wife got the stuffed chicken. And I got the lamb, and it was really good, yo. It was really good. So I'm showing this because you have choices. You have choices. And it was her birthday, so they were so nice with this complimentary dessert, and they sang, as you can hear, I'm singing happy birthday to my beautiful wife. So it was a wonderful time. We spent about $200 US at this restaurant. And you got to get some creme brulee, right? Also, there was another spot we heard about called Captain Frenchie's. We just wanted to go there for lunch, so that was a different day. We heard some good things, so we said let's give it a shot, and it was pretty good. It wasn't anything extraordinary per se, but it was good. We got a hamburger, we got some sweet potato fries, some wings. So yeah, it was pretty good. And I have to mention Maison Chocolat. This is one of the first businesses that you will see on the way to the restaurants. You have your croissants, a whole bunch of stuff. You got to stop there if you're staying at this. Resort. They have an assortment of goods. They have your empanadas. They have quiche. They have paninis. They have a whole bunch of stuff there. Of course, you got to have a croissant, seeing that you're on the French side of the island, an assortment of chocolates and stuff like that. So it was good. It was good. We definitely took advantage of that for sure. We went there multiple times. So I mean that's pretty much it for this specific trip. We definitely enjoyed it. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave you with some of our overall thoughts and our ratings. In terms of the room, we'll give the room 7 out of 10. I mean, it's a 5-star. It was good. I mean, it wasn't hyper luxurious, but it was very nice. There were no issues, but it was rather small. In terms of the pool and beach, I'll give it a 9 out of 10, and that's really just for the beach because the pool is non-existent because of the construction. In terms of safety and security, we felt safe and secure from all harm, so it was fine. We had no issues. Like I said, I heard about a little kerfuffle, but since then I haven't heard anything, so we felt comfortable. And in terms of food, overall food and dining, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because you have options. You can get something real quick, or you can sit down and dress up and have a nice dinner, and that kind of parlays into cost. 10 out of 10. Again, you can do what you want. If you want to ball out, you can definitely do it. If you want to be more cost effective, you can. Would we return? Absolutely. We definitely enjoyed ourselves, and we hope to go back sometime soon. So that's it, y'all. Thanks for checking out. I hope this was informative. See you next time. Thanks for traveling the clouds with the McLeods. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you are aware of all of our most recent content. See you next time.